Hi, I'm Dr. Stephen Wangen, the Medical Director of the IBS Treatment Center. Today, I want to talk about something that's gotten a lot of attention over the past few years, and that's fecal transplants. Yes, it's exactly what it sounds like, and while it might seem like a strange or even extreme treatment, it's also one of the most fascinating examples of how much the medical world is beginning to recognize the importance of the gut microbiome. But as with most things in medicine, there's both good and bad news here. So let's unpack what we actually really know about fecal transplants, when they help, when they don't help, and even when they can make things worse. So what exactly is a fecal transplant? Well, a fecal transplant, or what's called a fecal microbiota transplantation, FMT for short, is a procedure where stool from a healthy donor is placed into the intestinal tract of someone who's sick. And the idea is to reset or repopulate the gut microbiome by introducing beneficial bacteria from a healthy person. Now, FMT can be done in a variety of ways. It can be done through a colonoscopy, it can be done with an enema, it can be done with capsules, or even through a nasogastric tube. But regardless of how it's done, the goal is to restore a healthy balance of microbes. Here's the good. There's one condition where fecal transplants are undeniably effective and very well studied, and that's with recurrent Clostridium difficile infections, often called C. diff. So C. diff is a type of bacterial infection that usually occurs or can occur after antibiotic use. There are other causes as well, and it causes severe diarrhea and inflammation and can even be life-threatening. So in these cases, fecal transplants have shown remarkable success rates, often above 85 to 90%, in curing infections that failed to respond to antibiotics and to other treatments. So you don't start there, and there are lots of other things you can potentially do that can help, but when none of that helps, an FMT can help. So for these patients, it can be life-changing, and in this specific scenario, I think it can be an excellent tool and is sometimes warranted, and it's one that modern medicine has rightfully embraced. Now, what about ulcerative colitis? Now, some patients with ulcerative colitis have also tried fecal transplants. And ulcerative colitis, or UC, is a chronic inflammatory disease of the colon. And because gut bacteria play a role in inflammation, the idea is that introducing a healthier microbiome might help. And the evidence here is more mixed, much more mixed. So some studies show about a 30 to 40% rate in patients achieving remission with repeated FMT treatments for UC. Now, a positive response is more likely in mild to moderate UC than in severe ulcerative colitis. And it's still considered pretty experimental. And then there's Crohn's disease, and the data there is much weaker, and it's generally not considered an effective treatment at this time. So in either case, it's certainly not the first thing that I would recommend for those conditions. And we've generally been able to help people with both ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease, help them improve without resorting to FMT. Now, what's the bad? When is FMT not supported by research? So let's talk about where fecal transplants have not been shown to help. And this includes many of the conditions for which people are often desperately seeking answers, such as IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, or Candida overgrowth, or SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. And it's understandable that people want to try something like FMT for these issues because, after all, they're all conditions connected in some way to gut bacteria or gut health, and many people who haven't seen us are not getting help and are desperate for answers. But the problem is that the science just has not supported its use outside of C. diff and a few ulcerative colitis cases. And for IBS specifically, several clinical studies have tested whether fecal transplants help, and the results have been very inconsistent at best. And some studies show some mild benefit, others showed no improvement at all, and a few have even shown that people got worse after the fecal transplant. So part of the issue is that IBS isn't caused by a single bacterial imbalance. It's a really complex condition with many possible triggers. And these go from the immune system reactivity there, and to food sensitivities, to stress, to inflammation, and even nervous system issues. So simply dumping into someone else's bacteria doesn't address the root cause of why your gut microbiome is out of balance in the first place. So here's when it actually makes things worse. And I've personally seen patients who have undergone fecal transplants in an attempt to fix IBS or Candida or SIBO, and they ended up feeling much worse afterwards. It's not something that we do here or that I even advocate for IBS. And in some cases, I've seen this, their digestion became more unpredictable, they developed new symptoms that they didn't have before, and they got new things like bloating or pain or other food reactions. And I've even seen people develop what look like brand new infections or long-term shifts in their microbiome that they didn't want, that made it even harder to recover. So this isn't something you can just undo with a probiotic or a round of antibiotics. Once you've altered your microbiome in that way, it can take years, if ever, to rebalance it naturally. So if you're struggling with IBS or Candida or chronic digestive problems, the real solution usually isn't FMT. It's understanding why your gut is out of balance and addressing the underlying issues that are creating the problem in the first place. And that's exactly what we do at the IBS Treatment Centers. We identify and treat the root causes of your imbalance, whether they're dietary or immune related or microbial or otherwise, and there's a whole lot of things that can go on. And when you heal the gut in a way that's personalized to you, the microbiome naturally shifts toward a healthy balance on its own. So here are my closing thoughts on this topic. Fecal transplants are an amazing example of how powerful the gut microbiome can be, but they're not a one-size-fits-all solution. They can be life-saving in the right situation, like recurrent C. diff, and they show some promise in ulcerative colitis, but for IBS and Crohn's and most other digestive issues, the benefits are unproven, and in some cases, they can even make things worse. So before you consider something as invasive as a fecal transplant, make sure you understand why your gut is unhealthy and choose an approach that helps your body heal safely, naturally, and permanently. And thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more insight. And share this video with anyone you know who's been curious about fecal transplants or struggling with digestive issues. And if you'd like help getting rid of your problem and getting to the root of your gut problems, you can always visit us at ibstreatmentcenter.com, and we can work with you regardless of where you live. And remember to take good care of your body. It's the only place that you have to live. Thank you for watching. We create informative videos like this weekly. So if you enjoyed it, please help our channel by sharing a screenshot or the link to the video on Facebook or Instagram or your favorite social media. And be sure to tag me wherever you post and let me know what you liked about the video and what topics you'd like me to discuss in the future. If you visit our website at ibstreatmentcenter.com, we're currently offering a free ebook on how to beat IBS, so be sure to check that out. It's time to take control of your digestive problems and get your life back. I'd also appreciate it if you could subscribe to our channel here, like this video, and leave a comment or question below. I'll do my best to read and respond to all of them. Thank you, and until next time. I think you can just add that on, right? It should be all right. All right. So, oh, let's see if this is recorded. Yay!